How about I do Mombasa trip? There was a time between the end of primary and the start of high school. Somewhere there, we did a trip, Africana Jadini, with OYL, Oswald Youth League. So Pankaj and Bansi, Pankaj 5 Continents, they would later move right behind us. Oh, also Amit Dhoka's cousin was one of the volunteers, the adult part of the people. I think we all met up at Oswald Sports Complex and then we left from there. Back then, my cousin Mira, MB, and Priya were very tight. Now on the bus, I remember Priya talking about my man. Like, we're still teenagers. How are we still talking about my man? My man. Anyway, she ended up brother zoning me. And I really didn't care. I had just so much male energy and this aggression in me that I needed that female energy to balance me. So I always found ways to just hang out, balance these energies. So Priya made me a bro. On the bus trip, we see these two sisters, the Mavunda sisters, Giselle, and I can't remember the sister's name. And I was very excited because otherwise it was all just everyone that looked like me, talked like me. So I got to get to know them on the bus trip. They were like Herschel HC's cousins, Apurva and Shivani's cousins. So that's where the connection was. Now I think I was roomies with Mehul and most probably Hansil or Shayal, or I can't remember who. And I was like, wait, Kushal, HN and Prashil are rooming together. I'm moving in. I need to be with these boys. So what I ended up doing was taking pillows and duvets. And you have your cupboard, and then you have that bigger, like you have the top compartment of that cupboard where, I don't know, you put things. In my house, I used to hide my Malibus and my magazine stash of FHMs, cigarettes and all other kinds of things, a lot of LPs. But I ended up sleeping in that top bit there. So I got to spend time with these guys, obviously again wrestling and stuff. Now we used to go hang out, me and Tejesh used to go to see my cousin Komal, Pooja Surani, and one more person, Priya. So one of these nights, Komal was bawling her eyes out. She was just crying like something happened to her. Turns out the Mavunda sisters either destroyed her sweets or ate them or whatever, and she was either KSL or her dad was in some big sweet thing. Anyway, Komal's crying. I find out Mavunda sisters are also into wrestling, so I'm trying to show support, but at the same time I'm thinking I could be wrestling with these curvy dark-skinned ladies. Imagine Gigi giving me a tombstone. So we console them, we hang out, this and that. And then when we leave, nudge Tejesh, I was just like, did you see Pooja Surani's thighs? Because she was sitting in Vajrasan, like sitting on her heels, and her legs just looked like perfectly baked brown bread. They just reminded me of Pooja Bhatt while she used to pose in those magazines. She was very pretty. Immaculate cheeks. I like them cheeky. Actually, while we were on Pooja Surani, much later me and her would be living very close to each other, and our parents were family friends anyway. And we ended up doing a double date at her house. And the weird thing was, I don't know if the dad was just trying to stop whoever she was dating from, going to next bases or whatever, but he had a talk with us, which made a lot of sense. He's like, you guys are young. I think we were in our 20s or so. And he's just like, if you experience all the things of being adult and everything, what's going to happen? You're going to get bored. Then you're going to cheat on each other. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. Save some things for later. You know, just get to know each other more about all these things. And I agree, because I used to cycle around the neighborhood. I used to play on the swing. I love playing on the swings. So I do agree. Yes, Mr. Surani, you are very correct. But I could see the expression on the guy's face. This guy's trying to C-block me. I don't know why we always called it Africana Jadini, because we stayed, I think, on the Jadini side, and it touched Africana, where maybe we used to have breakfast or something. And I used to always collect the pamphlets of all these beach hotels, because they're always beautiful women, which I would end up cutting out for my special scrapbook. So we used to go clubbing. This is the first time I discovered black lights and their effect on teeth and fluorescence and whatnot. So the pool, there's a pool there, there was the club there. We used to go to the club. Some of the main songs I remember were Too Unlimited, Let the Beat Control Your Body, Inner Circles, I Want to Make You Sweat, La 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 Long. Apache Indian was big that time. So Prashil reminded me, is we were playing polo in the swimming pool when I needed to tie up my costume's nari, the string. So I turned away, facing the goalpost, and I was tying my thing. Just before I turned back around, I looked up and I saw one of the adults just looking and smiling, and it's like, oh, how much did you see there? Now during this trip, we had quite a few fun excursions. Fort Jesus, we went to Furahi, Rafiki, or some kind of name like this for a towel company. And we got some really nice towels. Lighthouse, we did the ferry. And you know that Let the Beat Control Your Body song, there was one fantastic remix. It's called X Out in Rio. I couldn't get enough of this. I was just like, this guys took one song to some other kind of level, man. And this was when we used to wear all those baggy white basketball shirts. Was it Please Don't Go, KWS? Please Don't Go. I used to love that song. And On a Reggae Tip, SL2. Now people used to tease Shalin and Priya because they were both head boy, head girl. And I remember him telling me about reggae, and I was like, yeah, I like music. I loved all kinds of music. That time I didn't know about genres and all this. So like, yeah, even reggae, you know, dreadrock. I didn't click the thing about their beats and everything until I started studying all these. So that's Mombasa trip number 1. Another Mombasa trip was when we used to go to Nyali Beach Hotel with my dad. So this must be before high school. I loved just chilling in that games room because it had bow game. I learned bow game. I loved bow game. I learned darts. I used to enjoy darts, but once I learned pool, I just kept looking for people to play pool. And this one time there was another kid there, Matthew. I remember this because my dad's like, oh, Matthew from the Bible. But this guy was so naughty, so naughty. Do you know, there was like a corridor and then there's a place where people can make calls. So he used to call the reception or different places from there, different rooms, and just prank call all these guys. And then once, this is the best, once the power just cut out everywhere. So one of the staff was going with a candle. He was going with a candle to one of the rooms. Most probably they needed it or whatever. So he's like, oh, excuse me. Can I talk to you? He's like, the staff is serious, you know. He's like, yeah, how can I help you? And he just blew the candle. The guy was so pissed. He actually went for Matthew and then just calmed down. He's like, just have to light it again. Now the other reason I liked this place was when you swim on the beach a little far, there was this square where people just used to chill, and every now and then there used to be this MILF. Her face was very scary looking, but she used to get a proper tan, you know what I'm saying? And Other things I remember is my Madhu uncle and Pratul uncle and the bistro. I don't know if it was called Oasis Bistro or Oasis Bistro was another place, but the bistro, the burger, I always got it signed to my dad's room, and I loved that burger. Thick, juicy, you press it and you just, all these beautiful things happening in this burger. And I had discovered HP sauce through Sagar and my Madhu uncle, so I couldn't get enough of this bitterness. We used to call Pratul uncle HP or Uncle Pratul, something like this. That's story number 2. Now story number 3. When I went to Mombasa with my bestie Aneesh, we got our hair braided. We went with Manu Haria's family and this one guy who loved saying boot, so I always remember him whenever I say boot Jevocho. And we would be staying in Bamburi Cottages, or it's right next to Travelers. One thing I remember, a story of either HN or someone, either guys were like, someone wanted to pee really badly, and this was another trip, and people are like, why don't you get in the pool and then just pee? But instead, I think they peed into the pool from outside or something like that, some story like this. And putting chairs in the pool and sitting in them, you know, just adventures in the evenings. So while we were staying there, I started learning how to play Bukhar with them because they love playing Bukhar. And we found out these 2 girls I used to go to tuitions with, Nisha and Nishma. Again, Nisha, beautiful legs, brown, baked bread, brown legs. They had a cousin who had come from UK, Nita. And these were those instances where you're like, oh my god, she was giving me indications of interest and I didn't make a move, or you know, things like that. So she used to say like, you look like you have grey eyes, and I really find grey eyes very sexy, and this and that. And I don't know. It was also Anish's birthday. So let's just say I gave him a special present. And that's when we ended up meeting Kushal, Deepa, Hina and everyone. So we would go to Travelers Beach, meet up there, go to Showboat downstairs because that was my favorite club. And this one night, I think Deepa was not feeling well or something, so I was like, look, I'm going for a smoke. You want to come chill with me? I got to know her. She had some very beautiful tan lines once because she's very light skinned. I used to wear this band on my arm because I love the way wrestlers wore bands on their arms, and mine had my nickname, the letters in silver letters in that band, XYKO, Psycho. After that trip, I was really not pleased with Aneesh for a few days because before that, on one of his birthdays, I used to dance Dr. Alban's Plastic Smile on people's birthdays. He had recorded over it was some silly jokes where he was recording himself. So I was like, man, I'm really hoping it shows up somewhere. That would be an awesome time capsule. Ooh, that was a close one. Oh, I'm gonna miss it. Am I gonna miss it? Let's do this. Just perfect. It's perfect. It's beautiful. Ooh, wadaya, wabladaya. Ting 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 ting.